Okay.
Whatever they say is whatever is what you guys will do. But if Canada Japan takes charge, he will not allow them to do those things. That's why they can select who's supposed to lead them. I mean, in the case of Bawumia, for honestly, I've been watching the political space for a long time, and if you ask me at that time, I never expected Bawumia to lead NPP. What it means is that if you work hard enough, if you can convince those that you need to convince, you can lead the party. Okay. So whether it is an account party or is whatever party, work hard enough and get that position. Okay. Because if you begin to say that it's an account party, so we need other tribe, we need other people from other things. What it means is that we are not looking for the most competent person. We are looking for a person with a certain tribal background or something like that. And for me, I'm against it.
So I mean, that's he would have the business community around the party to deal with.
Yes.
The business community will not be comfortable dealing with Dr. Bawumia.
Yeah, but don't underestimate Bawumia, because in politics too, some people can convince you for you to bring the money because of the promises that they will give you. If I win the election or if I come into power, you are going to benefit. And sometimes you can't predict business people. Okay. They can also go for such people because they know that they don't have anything. If they win, almost any bottom. I'm this kind of buy you into the So there are some business people who will also go for those who don't have anything. But for the national thing, I think it won't work. Like people will see it to be so obvious. Say, president didn't know why come. Now the more we are. So be yourself. Let us see you for who you are. And I think you will have that Donald Trump element. If he goes that direction, he should be as authentic as he can be.
Ride or drive with Shaxi. Download the Shaxi ride-hailing app and sign up as a driver or rider. Get Shaxi today from the Google Play and Apple App Store today.
We know how to sit. What we don't know to do is to kill people. But we know how to sit and to discuss some of the topical issues going on in this country.
Yep.
And today, the show that has no name is here again. And I've told you that when it comes to this show, we have no boundaries. We talk about everything. Everything and everything some. Today, we'll be talking NPP, NPP, and NPP. For the past days, NPP, they have been in the news, especially since they started their thank you tour. The thank you tour that has resulted in someone being stabbed and all those stories and the co-mininis around it. It's about Kennedy Agyepong and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, the question or the debate is who is going to be the next flag bearer of the NPP party. This conversation is tough. Even among the party folks, they are scared to start this conversation because they are divided already since. It started from Alan and Bawumia. It created what it will create. Out of that, some people moved from the NPP to the butterfly. Butterfly no want me into. She still a butterfly. Now, the conversation continues. This time round between Kennedy Agyepong, Honorable, and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And because I've told you that for some time, I'm trying to watch how these guys are playing the game of politics. I've been seeing how the game is going. And I still think that we have something to say about it. Me, if you give me the chance. Jamo,
what are you going?
If you give me the chance.
Yeah, you have the chance.
I'll present Kennedy Agyepong for NPP.
Okay. And what is your, some of your reasons?
So, Kennedy Agyepong is overmarketed for NPP.
Okay.
He is overmarketed. In fact, forget about the fact that out of the last elections, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was leading the party.
Yeah.
Forget about that fact. You see, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been more or less defeated by the NDC.
Yes, sure.
And they have so many things against the man. Especially from the 8 years governance of Akufo-Addo or leadership of Akufo-Addo.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, most of the things that happened within the 8 years did not make Dr. Bawumia look attractive.
Yes, I agree.
Most of the things that
But
happened.
you see, by our political history or based on trends, when you go for the first time and you lose, you come second time and you work out.
Chemo, with Bawumia's loss, it was not as if he lost because he was a first timer.
Yeah.
The campaign around him was so hard. The things they were saying about him, they were so hard to break.
Yeah.
Especially from these economic lectures and all those things. The people felt like, this man, you were there. You told us you were saving us, you were saving us, you were saving us. Meanwhile, you were part of the people who were sinking us.
Yeah, but he said that he was a myth. I mean,
that is where the problem is, even for some people. Some people think that, the party itself, they have some people that no matter who becomes the president, if it is the party that is ruling, those will have control.
Yes.
So if you were the mate, those people, no matter you becoming the captain, they will still have some authority and some power over you, no matter your top, being the top guy. And even if you become the top guy, they will disturb you. They might not make you function well. Some people have this firm belief that when it comes to the NPP, it is hard to just break that.
But he's saying that he will be the man of his own. I mean, no one can control him.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. I agree.
Easier said than done.
I agree, yes.
Easier said that. But is it Canada, Japan? He's so tough.
Yeah.
Those people will even be scared to come close.
Yes. But that will also create problem for Canada, Japan. Before he can get the nod to lead them, he has to convince those people. So how is he going to do that?
Are you not sure the party people love him?
Yes, when it comes to the grassroots, yeah, he has that. But the people in charge, the people who are controlling affairs from behind, they are not on his side. I mean, the party executives are not on his side.
Really?
And
what are the indicators?
Yeah, based on even the election between Kennedy Japon and Bawumia, before they selected who will lead, yes, most of the party leaders were on Bawumia's side.
Okay.
All the regional ministers were on Bawumia's side.
Okay.
The regional chairman, the regional chairman, all of them were on Bawumia's side. Most of the MPs were on Bawumia's side. So the influential people, the executives...
Don't you think it was because at that time he was still on the seat as the VP?
Yes, it's part of it. But it also means that they don't really like Kennedy Japon like that.
No, but now that they know you are no more the VP, now you are a commoner, more or less. Let me put it that way.
Well, yes.
You are at the top rank. You are a commoner at the top rank.
Yes.
Now you have come to the level of Kennedy Japon. And that is where Kennedy Japon will also use his influence and his impact over you. Because at that time, you were on top of Kennedy Japon because you were the VP.
But do you think that the executives will be convinced about whatever Kennedy Japon will say? Because Kennedy Japon at this point knows that they don't like him. That's why they didn't vote for him. So what assurance is Kennedy Japon going to get and say that, okay, this time around they will vote for me and I will also see to whatever that they need. That's the problem here. For me, I think Canada Japan will not trust them. So before that, now they are still the executives. Okay. But what will happen is that they will have an election.
Okay.
Before then, they will take new executives. Before then, they will elect their leader to face the next election.
Okay.
What I'm seeing now, if I have to also give my prediction,
okay, give your prediction,
is that most of the executives will lose. If that thing happen, then Canada Japan will stand a better chance. But if these executives who are there now, who are still in charge of
affairs, you mean the JFK devs?
Yes. The party executive, the chairman, who to me is still there. he will still go for re-election. The JFK will go for re-election. All the executives there now, if they go for re-election and they win, it will be difficult for Kennedy Japon to win. That's how I see it. Because they will still go with Bawumia. Bawumia will be their person. So Kennedy Japon best bet is to campaign against the current executive to lose their seats. Yes, or their
so that the new people will come with him.
Exactly. And if Kennedy Japon is able to lead them, I think the MPP party will change forever. It will never be the same.
You mean they won't go down again?
No, they will, the way that they do their things now.
To change.
Yes. Because
why do you think so? And again, how are they doing their things that you think?
For now, I think they believe in the executives and the people behind the scenes, like you were saying. Whatever they say is what you guys will do. But if Kennedy Japon takes charge, he will not allow them to do those things. That's why they can select who's supposed to lead them. I mean, in the case of Bawumia, for honestly, I've been watching the political space for a long time, and if you ask me at that time, I never expected Bawumia to lead NPP. Yes, I was rather thinking that Alan will win. Or if in the worst case scenario there will be new person coming in, or somebody that we were not expecting, but not Bawumia. The reason is that Bawumia wasn't not on chair party. He's a newcomer for the party. What they have been doing, you can't just come in and then take a.
They have their own traditions.
Yes, you have to be in line. A drew so I know about, and drew so I own back. And again, what happened after Kufuor left? We saw Kufuor and Alanche Martin's clash. At a point, I mean, even during that election, at a point, Alanche Martin said, okay, now I will allow you to go. After you leave, I will take charge. It never happened because Bawumia just did what people would say overtaking. And will be taking seat, you know. So for me, I think for him to win that convincing win that he got at the time, I am 100% sure that it was the influence of the executives. The executives at that time will obviously convince the lower people or the grassroots that this is the man that we have to present to Ghanaians to vote for. And at that time, they had influence, not just by talking. They had money. So they had good influence to influence people on the ground to vote for Bawumia. So this time around, if they are still going to be the executive, and Bawumia is still interested in leading the party, obviously they will go with Bawumia. And after that, if Bawumia wins the ultimate, obviously they will be compensated for their good work or for supporting him. But I can't say same for Kennedy Japon. How you see, even after the election, after their internal election, Kennedy Japon was not happy with some MPs in parliament. In fact, it got to a point that they were even they were about to, have a physical yes, in parliament. And who did this as any panel? This time around, they will vote for Kennedy Japon for him to be happy with them or whatever. I don't think so. I think Kennedy Japon wants to change the face of the party or even the way that they do things. And if he's able to do that, it will change NPP forever. And again, there's an internal fight that history will tell us that it has happened before. And I feel that thing is still there. It is, so it will be difficult for them to resolve it. And because the issue is not about the policies and how they want to do things. It's more sentiment. It's more tribal. Yes, it's more tribal.
Because now, for some time, I've seen people within the parties. They've started this conversation of NPP is not an account party. NPP is not for this. And I've been seeing those things happening now.
But when you go through the history, especially if you have read the Apia Menken's book, The River in the Sea.
Okay.
Apia Menkan, he has a book called The River in the Sea.
Tete Apia Menkan.
Tete Apia Menkan, he's no more. May his soul rest in peace. In fact, he's part of the founding fathers.
Okay.
And in his book, he said that at a point they were looking for a candidate to lead their party then, the UP party.
Okay.
And what happened was that there were two people who had disagreement.
Okay.
And none of them was ready at that time. None of them was ready to, compromise.
Okay.
And those people were Victor Usu and then the Pauli. Victor Usu and Pauli.
Yeah.
Victor Usu is an account person, is an Ashanti person. Pauli is from Achim.
Okay, Achim. Yeah.
Achim. So Pauli.
The Akufo-Addo side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that thing is now repeating when you consider Alanche Martin and Akufo-Addo. The same thing happened. And at that time, what happened was that Pauli said, okay, if this is the case, I won't join your party anymore. Then he formed another party, like the way Alanche Martin formed another party, the same thing. And then what happened? Dr. Hillel Liman won that election. And
Because of that division.
Because of that division. And
exactly.
And Liman was also coming from the north, like John Mahama. So it's history repeating itself.
Yeah.
If they are not able to resolve it, then the party will collapse. They have to come back with a new name. Because at that time, UP didn't survive. Then they came back as NPP. And I feel that if Canada Japon can take charge, or if Canada Japon will lead the party this time around, the same thing will happen.
Now, there is something I have been nursing over the years, and it is the fact that, you see, politics, no matter your academic credentials, when it comes to politics, money also plays a key role in politics.
Very, very important.
Now, from where I sit, between Canada Japon and Dr. Bawumia, I see Canada Japon coming through with the money power more than Bawumia because of the fact that he is a successful business person who obviously might have other business people who can be behind him.
Yes.
In terms of bringing money to the party.
Yes.
Now, as a party, forget about your degrees and your doctorate and all. When it is time for us to go to the people, we need money.
Need money, cash, kudi.
And on that score, when I look at the Canada Japon and Bawumia race, then I pray for just one grace for Bawumia, that he should also go and pass anywhere that he can pass. Because as much as we have, all the records behind Bawumia is not business.
Yes, of course.
He doesn't have any business record. He doesn't have any successful track record of a business thing that I can say, he also has some good money behind him. He's more like academic man, economist man, that sika sempane de ngo na agono ebi ni ono ewa sika no na adwin. Aha, but the Japan comes in with the cash. Then go na agono. He holds it. Recently I heard some party executives were owing me that he even supported them to clear and all. So
that's
he would have the business community around the party to deal with. The business community will not be comfortable dealing with Dr. Bawumia.
But don't underestimate Bawumia, because in politics too, some people can convince you for you to bring the money because of the promises that they will give you. If I win the election, or if I come into power, you are going to benefit. And sometimes you can't predict business people. They can also go for such people because they know that they don't have anything. If they win, almost any bottom. I'm this kind of buy you into the So there are some business people who will also go for those who don't have anything. Because if now they're pushing for you to get to the position that they want you to get to, they will be in charge, not you. Your face will be everywhere, but they will be in charge behind the scenes. So Bawumia can also get a lot of people to come behind him, like they will be with him without us knowing them. Because for those people, they like being behind the scenes and pushing or manipulating things. So we can't underestimate him. But I will agree with you that Kennedy Japon will have a better chance now. And why am I saying that? Is because I can see a lot of the executive losing their seats.
Yeah, because most of the party guys now, they have apathy towards the executives.
Yes. So they will be willing to deal with new people.
Okay.
So if Kennedy Japon can get new people to contest against the executive, I think
he's good to go.
Yes, exactly. And that's where maybe what you are saying will come in, the money thing. But he can support the party executive to contest. Some people to contest the party executive. And good for him. They will do that election before selecting
their candidates.
Yes, exactly. So if he can support some of them to take charge, in fact, even some of the MPs, he can give money for them to kick those who are currently in the position now, and it will help him. So I think it's part of the strategy, and he stand a better chance because nobody can argue that he doesn't have the grassroots. I think the grassroots are with Kennedy Japon, but the executives are not with him. And a good example is even Abronye. Abronye is also a chairman for the Sunyane Bono. Yes. And he's not happy with Kennedy Japon. They have issue.
I hear recently they had some clash.
Yes. And
during their thank you tour.
Yes. And even after the thank you tour, there's another one.
Happened.
Yes. And again, we knew that Kennedy Japon wasn't also in good terms with Chema Wuntumi for Ashanti region. The same executive thing. The same somebody in charge, he's not happy, and that person is the chairman of the party. Yeah. And I can bet you there are other chairmen in other regions who are not in good terms with Kennedy Japon. Yeah. So Kennedy Japon, he has the grassroots, but the executives will be an issue for him. Yeah. Just that he can support people to contest the executives, and he will have some form of success. I think that one will help him.
And you know, until recently, I never knew Kennedy Japon was in a position like that.
Oh, really?
No, until recently. That was when I became convinced that. But now, when you listen to Kennedy Japon speak, the tone has changed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Now he's not talking like the street man. Now he's talking like the presidency man. He's talking like the Jubilee House man. Because initially, when he's doing his exposés and he goes to sit on his Net 2 TV and those things, the way he will be verbosing all over, listening to I'm calling the president. But now, when you listen to him, the way all of a sudden, Kennedy Japon has been calm. Like, all of a sudden, you see Kennedy Japon very calm, not shouting about his normal voice. Now he has a way of approaching everything softly. Say, hey, honorable.
Court case was, Yenseto, Chesikano, and all those things.
Oh, God is wonderful.
I think it will be good for only the internal politics. If he comes out for the national one, the same demeanor. For me,
it will help him, man.
Yeah, it won't help him.
He has to be the hard.
He has to be the hard
Kennedy Japon,
unapologetic Kennedy Japon. He has to get to that element. For the internal politics, maybe based on the advice and based on advice or whatever, trying to get the older people in the party on your side. Sometimes you have to show respect and all those things. But for the national game or for the national election, if he gets the nod to lead them, I think that strategy will not work. Because people love him for
how hard he is.
Yes. So if all of a sudden, like you are saying, what then come guy? Not the more not also.
So he will sit on them again.
Yeah. So for me, maybe he has had, for sure, he will have some people who will be advising him. He will have consultants after their surveys and research. They will tell him the sentiment and the perception people have about him. So now maybe they are telling him that go soft and your party people will now be on your side. I think that one it will work. But for the national, thing, I think it won't work. Like people will see it to be so obvious. Say, oh, Baba president didn't know why come. Now the more we are. So be yourself. Let us see you for who you are. And I think you will have that Donald Trump element. If he goes that direction, he should be as authentic as he can be. As original as he can be. The hard candidate Japan. I saw the mouth. I saw patch on pa men patch on na ochina obi be kan wa no aye din. Obi kan obi na yet se candidate Japan na enim ni dada. Because that's who you are. So if they know you to be like this no nonsense guy, you will win them, and when they are voting for you, they know that we are voting for the no nonsense guy. But if you are now come like humble lion, and so he Ojabi Shenchen wa obechinari. People will not trust you for such a transformation. It's too sharp. I think maybe it is good for the internal politics. But if he gets the chance to lead them, he should be himself.
I see. Now finally, we are closing. From where I sit, I kind of want to believe that NPP is an Akan-dominated party.
Yeah,
sure. I don't know if you agree.
Oh yeah, it's true. I mean, who can argue against it? If like they are almost always guaranteed to win Ashanti region, Eastern region, and sometimes Central region. What again are you arguing about? In terms of leadership, then that one we can argue a bit. In terms of their leadership, I mean, if at a point Bawumia was the leader of the party, what are you talking about? I mean, what it means is that if you work hard enough, if you can convince those that you need to convince, you can lead the party. So whether it is an Akan party or is whatever party, work hard enough and get that position. Because if you begin to say that it's an Akan party, so we need other tribe, we need other people from other things. What it means is that we are not looking for the most competent person. We are looking for a person with a certain tribal background or something like that. And for me, I'm against it. If you are from other tribes, you know that you have to work hard enough to convince people to come on your side. Because there are some people who have tribal sentiments. That's why they will even vote for the party. So if you can convince them, but we should rather impose you on them, you are going to lose. I mean, some people are even saying that it's a factor for Bawumia losing. He should work hard enough to convince those who have tribal sentiment to say that, okay, me, I'm for this tribe, but I think this man is competent enough to lead us. That's what it's supposed to be. Yes, so for those who may be going for that line, I think they will lose people like me. Because for me, it will not be about your background. It will not be about your tribe. It will be about the fact that you are competent enough based on whatever that you can do to convince me. So even if it's an Akan party, and you have what it takes to convince Akans to believe in you, why not? They will allow you to lead them.
Okay. This is how we are ending for today. This is the Everything Show Some. As it stands now, I don't have a card of an NPP. Or I'm not a card-bearing member of the New Patriotic Party NPP. But if I get a chance to vote for any of the two persons we've mentioned, either Bawumia or
Canada, Japon,
I still think that Canada, Japon is ahead of Bawumia in the race as it stands now.
I
unless maybe in the coming days, someone can change the narrative and change the story. But if it remains what it is, I think Canada Japon would disturb Bawumia.
He stands a better chance. And my reason, as I said earlier, is most of the executives will go. And if they go, they are going with Bawumia.
Wow. I want a party card, but I'm not too sure which of the parties I should join.
Get both.
Oh, you can't do it like that.
You can.
No, they don't operate like that.
You can do it.
You're going for NPP, you're going for NDC. Then you're going to hide it. You cannot be influential.
Yes, of course. But
No, I don't want to hide.
Party no bearing. No way you are more. How long?
Oh my word! But Japon, people like us, we cannot hide.
Yeah, well, that's
because
true.
imagine
Yes,
whichever constituency I'll go, I'm sure they will even use me to do
They will
adverts.
use to do adverts.
Exactly.
So you can't hide.
Now, some places over NDC member, over there first one.
That's true. So you take a position.
In fact, by the time this year will end,
you have to.
Yeah, I'm going for a card. I want a party card for one of the parties.
Yes.
I'm either doing NPP or NDC. The rest, I'll be Agyepong better. Bawumia can them me am kolobi.
Yes.
Because
it's important. We know what is happening.
Exactly, and we know what we can do.
Yeah, of course.
It's not as if what people are doing we can do. We can overdo. In fact, we have managed better positions.
Yeah.
What means is that we can also manage some of these platforms that people have been giving.
Yes.
So guys,
watch out.
We are coming.
We are coming. Giddy.
Don't tell them.
Yeah.
But we are coming.
I'm with you.
Watch out. Watch out. We will meet again some other time. My name is Sammy Flex. I did this with Chemo and the team of producers TFLOS Digos. There's that. Sam Tuga. Until then, this show is for everything. This show is for everybody. Stay tuned for more. We out. Bye.
Everybody check now. Check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Fact check it. Fact check it. Green select glucometer. Fact check it. Put sugar level, fact check it. Fact check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.